Welcome to Scrape. This is an interactive tool designed to visualize quantified values of the code of any Scratch program. With this visualization, we can hopefully draw some insight to the code's numerous quantities. So let's get started. This is the icon dock here on the left, and each of these things inside it are called file icons. Each file icon represents the code of a Scratch program. So let's find a program here and drag it out into the workspace. Here's the info panel of this program, and each of these tabs shows you different fields of information about the program's code. So right now we're on the summary page, where we can get a general gist of the program by just taking a look at the values over here. This image on the left is an approximate recreation of all the stacks in the program in order. So from this picture, we can get a general feel of what the overall code looks like, giving us an immediate glimpse into a whole lot of code qualities. The next tab we have here shows us the program's pie chart, which is a pie chart graph that shows us the ratio of each block type. Now, don't be deceived by its simplicity. These pie charts can tell you a lot more about a program than you might think. Also, note that each file icon has a miniature pie chart beside its name, right up here. Mostly useful for picking a file icon out of a lineup. Now these tabs here show me how many of every block is used in the program. We can scroll through these using the Tab key, or Shift tab. Currently, this graph only shows us the blocks that were used in the program. If we want to see all the possible blocks that could have been used, we can toggle that feature right down here, Only Used Blocks. Now we can see what blocks were used in addition to what blocks were not. These graphs are also scalable using the slider right down here. Also, I can resize the size of the entire info panel and the graph at the same time by using the slider right over here. So, by taking a look at how many of each block is used, I can make my own assessments about the code. The last tab over here is the Totals tab, which has additional information about the program. Also, if there are any variables or lists in the program, I can just mouse over right here and see the names of each one that's used. Now, let's bring out a second program. I can play around with each of these programs independently within the workspace. And if I want to free up some room, I can minimize the info panel on one just by clicking the minimize button right here. Let's slip these back into the icon dock for now. We can also analyze multiple programs at a time. Let's drag one out into the workspace here. By dragging another file icon out directly into this icon set, I can analyze the two programs together. What this does is combine the analysis of the two programs, so the totals of each block will include the blocks of both programs. Icon sets can also go directly into icon sets. This makes it easy to manage multiple files at a time when I want to analyze groups of programs. Finally, to bring up some source files, I can right-click on any file icon to bring up this little menu, which allows me to do three things. I can open up the Scratch text file, I can open up the Scratch file itself if it's included in the data folder, and I can also open the containing folder of both of these files to manage what projects I'm analyzing. Well, that's just a general overview of the primary functions of Scrape. Go play around with it yourself and see if you can find patterns between different types of programs. Happy analyzing!